Welcome to Southern California, where it is finally raining, which is good news for all the fires down here, but bad news for me, because I've got a reservation to Disneyland. But that's okay, because rain or shine, it's still the happiest place on earth, right? All right, got through security, just waiting for the tram. It was 90 degrees the other day. Now, we're all freezing. I mean, realistically, it's only 55 degrees, which isn't that cold. It's just a contrast from it being 90 degrees the other day. All right, well, the one good thing about soggy days is that usually, most of the time, it'll be a little less crowded in there, although we'll just have to see for ourselves whether that's true today. We're back at Disneyland, and I don't know how much longer we'll be able to go through these old school turnstiles, but I'm happy to be walking through today. All right, and now that we're in through the old school turnstiles, we've got one mission and one mission only, because on January 18th, 2025, a significant change took place here at Disneyland, at Walt Disney's original Magic Kingdom, that so far, because of the crowds, I have not had a chance to check out and enjoy for myself, and I'm hoping the sogginess and the moistness of the park today will make it slightly easier for us to finally check it out. Look at this though, lo and behold, right when I walk into Disneyland, the sky has parted and that beautiful Anaheim, California sunshine is beaming down on the castle. Look at that. Beautiful. I'm hoping this is a good omen for us. Of course, if you haven't guessed, what we're trying to do is get over to the Haunted Mansion. The new queue, the new line, the standby line has been open since November 26th. And then on January 18th, once the Haunted Mansion holiday was over, it reopened with a new character, a new scene inside. And every time I've been down here since then, the lines have been out of control. Uh-oh, it's starting to rain again. Oh no, Snow White's caught in the rain. Even the princesses are not immune from the weather. Hey, that's something you don't see that often. Look at this, there's a helicopter flying right above the castle. Anyway, the clock is ticking because in less than a week we are going to be leaving Southern California for another shore out there. And so we managed to snag this reservation today for what is so far the soggiest day of the year, in the hopes that our time has finally come. In a good way, not like in an ominous way, I hope. We do actually enjoy coming down to Disneyland in the rain. I know we don't bring you guys with us often. You don't see us do it on camera that much. That's just because, I don't know if you know this, rain and cameras aren't really the best of friends. But there is just something indescribably wonderful about it. Not just the fact that it's a little less crowded usually when it starts raining than when it's sunny outside. Just that change of atmosphere makes you look at the park in a whole different way. It's just got its own unique, special vibe. All right, there we go. Across the rivers of America, that's where we're headed. Ooh, all right, we made it around that bend in the river, and the park may be less crowded overall today. But the Haunted Mansion, not so much. I got excited because the app said it was only a 45-minute wait. I was like, finally! Then we came to examine it for ourselves a little closer. And 70 minutes it is in the standby line, where I would go even if I had the option to do a fast pass, because the standby queue has all been redone. There's some new gardens in there, Master Gracie's garden, Madame Leota's garden. Then of course there's that whole new greenhouse area I've only seen from the back. I've only seen from the new Magnolia Park area in front of Tiana's Palace. The new redone restaurant over here. 70 minutes, okay, well, I want to get in there before I go to Florida. I guess this is my one chance. Look at how much this looks like a face right here. Look at the eyes, the nose, the mouth. Just like everything else in the Haunted Mansion. Probably intentional, but I do have pareidolia all the time. That's why you see faces in patterns all the time. If I look at this ground long enough, I'd start to see a face, so maybe it's just me, but look at that. Looks like it's about to talk to me. I know, I'm procrastinating. All right, let's go. 70 minutes is a long wait, but at least for the moment, the rain has stopped a little bit. So hopefully it won't be too bad. Oh my gosh, it's been a while since I've walked in here. Dang, you used to go straight forward and then hook a left. Now you're hooking a left right from the beginning. Look at this guy. The Maltese crow over here. There's one of the new gardens right there. I guess it's not our turn yet. Oh, look at this cat. My grandfather carved a cat just like that out of wood. Got it in my office. Ooh, and then look at this on the back side of the entrance to the Haunted Mansion. Ooh, and then here we go. My first look behind this wall. over at some of the new garden features. My first look in person. I've looked online. I've peeked online just like the rest of you. Wow, this is really nice over here. Uh-oh. Look at this girl. Straight out of The Sixth Sense. I'm feeling much better now. All right, man, I've heard this described by people as sort of the home goods version of the Haunted Mansion, the line. I don't know, I don't see that so much. This looks pretty nice, and I think once this stuff weathers and ages out here a little bit more, it'll look a little bit more natural. Ooh, and then look at this. Look at the little gazebo. Uh-oh. That book over there on the table is getting rained on. Somebody's book is getting ruined. Oh, there's actually a mirror over there. That would be a sick selfie if you lined it up just perfectly. Getting a little peek around the corner at that gazebo entrance, I noticed this big old safe right there. Just don't drop it on anyone's head. Wow, I like that little globe. That light globe with the faces in it. That is cool. I like that there's little places where you can peek through. That's sort of the other gardens and the bits of the line that are ahead of you. Look at this guy over here. There's one of these on either side of this garden gate over here, and they remind me of the door knockers from the Labyrinth a little bit. Oh, look at this. See, I think it's mostly the paint scheme that people were kind of, you know, dragging the new queue for. It just looks new, but I think they'll make little adjustments, and again, with the weathering, I don't think it'll look as brand new over time. I didn't even notice over there we were passing underneath mermaid lamps. Again, the paint all makes it look very brand new. That's the one thing. It's all the paint colors. Like, look how blue that is. It's so weird to be standing in front of something you've stood in front of 1,000 times in your life. Someplace right in your own backyard that you're very familiar with, like the Haunted Mansion, and to have all of this be brand new. It's also kind of cool to have this new music based on the Haunted Mansion theme getting piped out through these little hidden speakers in the brick columns as you go around these speakers right here. Those blend in a lot more than some of the other wall decor. Oh, look at this. Even like the sprinkler covers on the ground have little patterns on them. Like little astrology patterns or something. All right, look at that garden wall there. We're about to go around the corner into this area. Kind of exciting and interesting to see everything. See, but there's a lot of purple. A lot of purple paint over here on some of these statues. They're very purple and they're very blue. Look at the whole area. Actually, this lady fits right in right there. She's going full Nightmare Before Christmas. So I'm guessing this is Madame Leota's garden, because look at all of the crystal balls over here. At first I was like, hey, look, a bowling ball. I'm so stupid. I'm a little slow today. Oh, and there's a dragon speaker back there. It's kind of cool. Yeah, the purple. I wasn't expecting so much purple. Prince would love this. And so would the Joker. See, this stuff feels completely random. I do like that railing right there, though. That's very Haunted Mansion feeling. Some of this stuff just feels like they went to Rogers Gardens and just sort of grabbed it. Oh, but look at the cat and the moon. And again, another little... I want some dragon speakers. Ooh, I like this twisted, creepy little dead-looking plant. Reminds me of the plants in the garden at Disneyland Paris, where they also have a little gazebo out there with an old phonograph playing very similar music to what I'm hearing out here right now. Check it out. Yeah, there was no sign that said Madame Leota's garden, but I'm guessing that's exactly what we're in. Gaze into my magic bowling ball. Oh, I can see all kinds of what I presume are light-up ornaments in the tree. They're not lit up now. It's still sort of mid-afternoon out here. Look at all these animals down in this planter. Look at the colors of that grass. You see what I'm saying here? You got some bells and beads and little lanterns up in this tree. Probably looks fantastic at night. Yeah, I see why people say it looks a little Hobby Lobby-ish. Just some of the random statues kind of thrown in here. The plants haven't had a chance to age yet. Look at this purple crystal in the center. Mystical purple crystals. Yeah, look at this down here. Satan's playing panpipes to all of his pets.
It looks like Mr. Tumnus.
Oh, yeah. It's like a little Narnia tribute right there. I can't get over the purple. I'm so not used to seeing that. I'm assuming over time it'll just be background noise to me, but at the moment it really sticks out. Look at this gate right here, Madame Leota's gate. I like that sort of mystical portal right there. I also really like the bats on either side. Dang, I want some of those. Anybody know where you could buy these? Temu? That's the jarring thing. It feels new. And you want the Haunted Mansion to feel old. So I get the criticism, but I think it will blend in. It's just a matter of time. I Never seen so many dragon speakers in my... Oh no, this dragon's wing is already broken off. No! Call a vet, we've got a dragon down! I didn't even notice the other side of the planter's got a cobra in it. The power of the cobra. Look at this stick. This very brightly painted stick hiding the wires, I'm assuming, for all those lanterns. Ooh, and here we go. We are finally entering another area of the new queue, the new standby queue out here. So many little plaques and plates and things. Oh, weird. Look how narrow this is, the space between two walls. I do like that you feel like you're visiting more environments. Before, this was all just sort of open with switchbacks. You could see the mansion, but there really wasn't too much theming involved. So this is an improvement, even if, you know, the aesthetic isn't what you would have chosen for it. I must say, it's already an improvement. There's that little window backwards to where we just were in Madame Leota's garden. And here is the closest view of that safe and of the gazebo that you're gonna get. That's really pretty, I like that. Reminds me of something you would see at like Huntington Gardens or someplace like that. There's that safe right there, ooh, with the lighthouse on it. So maybe this was the old sea captain's safe? I don't know, there's probably a lot of Easter eggs in here. I haven't spent a lot of time getting spoilers and looking up all the secrets. That'll be fun to discover over the coming year or so. Maybe when the line calms down a little more, I'll have more time to check it out. At the moment, though, it's not calming down anytime soon. A lot of people are stoked to see this, and more importantly, to see the new scenes in the Haunted Mansion, which I promise we will eventually get to. Leaf Man does not appreciate your trespassing. Oh, yeah, look at this. Wow, look at the sort of greenhouse area. Got all these plants up here, some tropical-ish plants. Oh yeah, look at this. Yeah, look at those beautiful leaf fans, some gas lamps in here. That's a really cool detail, the gas lamps. I hope there's flame in those at night. You got some stained glass hanging up there, some more hidden speakers right above my head. There we go, there they are. Yeah, I like this. It's not really a greenhouse because it's not enclosed. It's sort of a, I don't know, an atrium? What would you call this? What's the technical name for this? It's a greenhouse. That's what I'm gonna go with. Yeah, once again, I gotta say, rather than just doing switchbacks in front of a building that you're not quite up to yet, I do like that you're sort of switching environments, you know? You're going from scene to scene, as it were. I also do really like this. This is so cool. This is so weird. I'm not used to this. Ah, we're trapped. Trapped like rats. Save me. We've still got like 50 minutes to go. One thing about the line being long, though, it does give me a chance to get a good look at some of the details. Wow, plants. And they're probably haunted. Haunted plants! Cool. Yeah, look at that. Carnivorous plants. Venus flytraps. Have you seen any other ones? I can't tell.
She said it was pitcher plants?
Oh, pitcher plants. Oh, yeah, okay, I see. Yeah.
Right there.
Dang.
Bugs fall in and they can't get out.
They die, and they become grim grinning ghost bugs. Yeah, look at that right there. Carnivorous plants galore. I also wonder if there's any deadly nightshade up there. Speaking of which, aren't potatoes part of the nightshade family? Isn't like the plant part of a potato poisonous? I'm pretty sure that's true. Maybe I'm making that up. Don't exit now, my friends. Stay the course. Ooh, I think over here at the far end, you see that building? I believe that's the new elevator exit. So before, anyone in a wheelchair or anything like that would have to go back out the way they came in. Now they have a dedicated elevator to exit. So it shouldn't hold up the process as long. Well, whoever was in charge of the landscaping did a good job planting ornery-looking, mean, spiky-looking plants over here. That's for sure. Look at that. That thing is creepy. Nice to see some creepy stuff out here. There's that elevator building again. That's awesome. All right, there we go. There was our visit to the atrium. Now we're headed back out again. The line is long, but at least I have new stuff to look at that I've never seen before. So I'm happy. I'm happy. I just wish we brought a snack. Dang it, I blew it. All right, that's the way we went into that gazebo area. That's that Madame Leota garden over there. Now we're headed back towards the front of the Haunted Mansion. I'm assuming we'll be coming back up that way and back up behind this wall again. Like I said, it's good that it's broken up. It's broken up into different sections, so it gives you different stuff to look at. Ah, see, that looks like a face to me. Anything that looks like it has a face in it is very Haunted Mansion. It's one of those things that Rolly Crump and Yale Gracie and Exitensi and all the guys that built the Haunted Mansion were very good at. putting faces into everything. Oh, I didn't even realize it was a pair of crows, or probably ravens, out here on either side. Okay, now we're going to where the old queue for the Haunted Mansion began. So that whole area we were just in, that was all built where the old Fast Pass area was, when they had paper Fast Passes and you would go in and stand there, get your Fast Pass. That area was closed off and just sort of doing nothing for all these years. Now that Fast Passes have all gone digital, such Fast Passes as there are now, and you can see here they moved the old hearse, the old haunted horse hearse, up from its old spot way back over there. Yeah, it's very different, but over here, very much the same in a way. And there you go, the old standby line would do exactly what it's doing up there. Go past the pet cemetery proper, and do some switchbacks over there, but I can see some new crypts and tombs and new things to look at. I'm pretty stoked on getting inside the Haunted Mansion and seeing the couple of new features, new scenes in there. The new bride and the new hitchhiking ghost scene at the end. Look at this though. Is that fake grass? That's really weird seeing fake grass at Disneyland. Spared no expense, I guess. There was an urban legend for years. I heard cast members repeat it, guided tour guides repeat it, that this was Brigham Young's hearse. Brigham Young, the guy that led the Mormons over the mountains into Salt Lake City. But I visited Salt Lake City a few years ago and proved why that's just an urban legend and could not possibly be true. Check that out if you can ever find that. I'll try to find it and leave a link down below. Yes, Haunted Mansion. Now I'm getting stoked. I can see the house. The grounds are quite extensive. Look at that. We are so close to the Haunted Mansion, and yet so very far away. And the rain is back. How gloomy. It's nice to see that the pet cemetery is still here and mostly unaffected. I still see all my favorite pets right alongside what must be the lightning lane queue, I'm guessing. Oh man, look at them. They're moving like lightning. It's one of my favorites right there, Rosie. She was a poor little pig, but she bought the farm in 1849. As you can see now, yeah, we're very much following the path of the old standby line, which mostly just switched back right over there, and then bam, straight in to the Haunted Mansion through the servants' entrance over there on the side. And I feel like where we're standing is higher up elevation-wise than it used to be, although that could just be the effect of like the plants and trees changing, new railings. I don't remember standing over here and looking down at everybody walking in. Not this drastically. Weird. There's old Flybait. And there's my other favorite, the skunk, Stripey, still here. They did not disturb the graves. Dude, thank goodness one of us brought an umbrella. Alley will be nice and dry. It's not a very big umbrella though, I don't fit. All right, and here we go into the new old standby line. Yeah, there's that new elevator I was talking about. I didn't realize it was part of the same building right here as the crypts. Look at that. That is cool. More switchbacks here. They're going a different direction than the old ones used to go, but it's still pretty much the same thing. Got some lanterns up here. I really wish they had put a roof on this though, considering the rain at the moment, but we don't get rain here. California, Southern California, we average more than 300 days of sunshine, so I guess probably better to have the breeze flowing in than to be covered from the rain. Plus, Disney can sell more umbrellas this way. Ooh, as we came up closer to the house here in one of the switchbacks, I could see they've redone these tombstones up here, up against the wall, and now we're getting a little closer over here. I'm just looking at some of the names on the mausoleum now. Reincarnation, You Are Gone, Levitation, I Am Mortal. I like these Victorian sleeping lions here right at child eye level. That's the thing. Some of this, okay, yeah, I can see what people mean when they say some of this looks a little bit corny. We're also numb to like horror movies and horror stuff now. But as a kid, that would have creeped me out. A mausoleum, a creepy sleeping lion statue that looks like it could come to life and eat you at any second. And that's the thing, Disneyland is meant for all kinds of people of all ages from all over the world. Look at this, Rust in Peace, I'll Be Back, I Trudy Departed, Theo Later. It's got to appeal to everyone, right? So not just critical theme park aficionados. There you go, there's some more names right there. Empty Tombs, Gee, I Miss You. Yeah, and I like these guys up here. These guys were over by the Fast Pass queue as well. Creepy little goblin guys. There's a lot to look at, actually, which I appreciate. Some columns up there, or some of those urn-looking things. I forget what they're called. Those decorative. These. Good thing this is a visual medium. And look at this, this little shrouded figure up there with some other like urn-shaped decor. Lots of tombs to look at up here. Lots of tombstones, including Master Gracie, laid to rest. No mourning, please, at his request. Yeah, and there's a Mark Davis tombstone there. Grandpa Mark and Brother Claude for Claude Coates. So lots of tributes to the Imagineers, the designers, and the artists that made the Haunted Mansion come to life, or come back to life. Some other little tidbits like that eagle there and a little hut with a lantern in it. Can't really get a good look at because we're in the standby queue instead of the Fast Pass line. So there'll be some more to look at in the future, but look at this right here. I like these gargoyles. Very spooky. At the moment, very soggy. It's not really pouring, it's just constant soggy drip, drip, drip. Getting close now, though, finally. I'm glad you guys are here with us. Made the line go faster. It's funny because Disney fans are fanatical about the Haunted Mansion, including me, you know, like everything that's part of the Haunted Mansion becomes legendary. Think of all the Bat Stanchion replicas and stuff people have in their house, or Haunted Mansion wallpaper in their hallways. And so all this new stuff, I can see people looking at it like, ooh, where can I find something like that? I just want to find those bats that we saw earlier. Those were cool. Like this lantern right here. You know there's going to be people like, I need a lantern just like that in my backyard, my Haunted Mansion themed backyard. All right, last look at the tombstones. We're finally getting undercover. Oh, yes. Yes! That was cool. I almost feel like I'm visiting a different park instead of Disneyland just because it was all new. All new stuff to look at. So strange. So surreal. Oh my gosh, we got undercover just in time as it just started pouring rain out there. Dang. Here we go, though. We're moving. We're moving. I forgot we were actually going into the Haunted Mansion. I thought, oh, it's over now. Oh, yeah, dude. It is pouring. It is coming down out there now. That worked out perfectly. All right, in we go. To the mansion. Oh, boy, the Ghost Host has a lot of visitors today. That is for sure. I've never used this camera in the Haunted Mansion before. Hopefully it will be good enough in the low light. But I think we'll at least be able to see what we came to see, which is the new stuff. The new bride and the new hitchhiking ghosts at the end. Actually, I could be wrong, but I feel like the hanging guy in here also changed. Oh, we'll have to wait and see.
This chamber has no windows and no door.
Oh no, it's the same. Nice. I was worried they were going to change that to a digital projection, or worse, remove it entirely. Nothing says home sweet home like a guy hanging from the rafters, though. That was weird, man. It's nice to feel at home now, in familiar surroundings again.
Actually, we have 999 happy haunts here, but there's room for 1,000. Any volunteers?
I love the Haunted Mansion so much. I like a Haunted Mansion holiday, but there is nothing like the original Haunted Mansion classic. Finally, we're headed into the boundless realm of the supernatural. Let us board our doom buggy.
2 or 3 bodies per buggy. Watch your step, please.
Finally, we made it. We're sitting down. Oh yeah, there it is, Yale Gracie's floating candelabra. Dude, I was terrified of this ride as a kid. Terrified. I never wanted to admit that, right? My dad was like, are you scared? No. But I'd be clutching onto him for dear life, especially those bulging doors. Awful.
Dance with your tambourine. memories.
Oh yeah, it's dark in here. This was definitely the wrong camera, but look at that. I could just make out Madame Leota.
Let there be music from regions beyond.
Sally's favorite part with that little trumpet.
Wherever you dwell, give us a hint by ringing a bell.
Oh, the ballroom. Some more Yale Gracie magic with the Pepper's ghost effects. All the guys that contributed to the Haunted Mansion are like my heroes. What an incredible ride. I always go back and forth whether Pirates of the Caribbean or the Haunted Mansion is my favorite ride. But it's the dark rides for me. I like roller coasters. But roller coasters have nothing on this. All right, we're about to do it. We're about to head into the attic. This is it. We're going to see the new bride, Constance Hatchaway. The beheading bride is a thing of the past. Although, look at this. They still have the portraits here. Or the husbands are disappearing. I didn't know those would still be in here. Okay, we're getting close. I just got a little peek. Here it comes. It's finally going down. The new Haunted Mansion bride. Oh, man. I know you guys couldn't tell just from watching this, but she does look very 3D in real life. Way more 3D than I was expecting. Most of the videos I saw, she looked so flat. So creepy and ominous looking. Now, when I was little in the 1980s, the bride, and into the 1990s, the bride was just this mysterious sort of blank figure. Just stood there just like that, didn't say anything. There was this creepy glowing red heart. The face for some reason was all black as if it had decayed or if it was some kind of evil spirit. I think the original one from back in 1969 was even creepier. It looked like a mummy, but the bride I remember would just stand there with this beating heart sound effect. Now it's back.
Start to shriek.
And honestly, I find that a lot scarier than the old balloon-faced Constance holding her hatchet, you know? Uh-oh. Whoa! Detained!
Kindly remain seated in your room.
I hated this as a kid when you would stop.
We will continue our tour momentarily.
Anywhere there were ghosts, I was like, they're gonna break out, they're gonna get me! They're gonna get me! Now it's the opposite, now I love it. Especially this, because this is my favorite ghost ever, the little mummy right here. And his friend. Hey, what's that? Look at that, I don't know if they changed the projections, but it looks like they got some new sort of fog effects going in front of some of the ghosts.
Please remain seated in your
That's awesome. Of course, it's Disney. It might have been there the whole time and just been broken for the last few years. Oh, look at the candlestick in there in that tune. Yeah, no, that's awesome. All right, here we go. The grand finale. We are about to see the new digital hitchhiking ghosts in the mirror. Whoa, here we go. Hey! That doesn't look half bad.
Safety bar.
Yeah, I like that. They don't look bad at all. I was worried because the Disney World ones are cool. They're also digital projections. They do silly stuff like they'll blow up take your head off and stuff. They don't always work. Those looked really, really good. Awesome. All right. That was it. All that waiting. And we did it finally. I experienced the new Haunted Mansion queue and the new bride. To lead us home, little Leota. That's the voice of Leota Toombs. She was the mother of Kim Irvine, who did a lot of this work. A lot of the newfangled queues and walkways and things at Disneyland. And she sort of immortalized, not just in the Haunted Mansion, but over here at the new gift shop, which looks a lot better when you're approaching it from the exit of the Haunted Mansion, I'll tell you that much. And from the front, there she is, right above the doorway. Leota Toombs as Madame Leota. There's a portrait like that in Memento Mori in Florida, and now she's finally enshrined here at Disneyland as well. I don't mind the inside of this. It does match the new queue very well. Very colorful, very 1960s bohemian, as I said the other day when we got our first look in here. Look at that crystal ball right there. Also very bohemian, very glittery. very family friendly. You gotta watch out for the spirits. I noticed since they installed the new bride, they've got a new portrait of that spirit right up there on the wall next to the trumpet mirror. They replaced some AI artwork that they got criticized for when the shop first opened, but I think that was always supposed to be temporary until the big reveal. Maybe not, maybe this is a band-aid, but that's kind of cool. She actually managed to capture a photo of a spirit. Whoa, and then look at this sick piece of merch. It's a moving, talking Madame Leota. That is awesome. I want one of those. How cool is that? Speaking of new merch, look at this in the back corner over here. Oh, maybe that's not so new after all. It's Constance Hatchaway. It's the bride with the axe. I will not miss her. She was a cool character. She was cool for her time when she was a brand new sort of figure. The projection mapping stuff was brand new, but I don't know. She kind of passed her prime quickly, as it were. So I like that the spirit has morphed and changed into something better. It's a little packed in here. We did see this the other day. So let's skedaddle. Oh, and by the way, that sick talking Leota right there is $1.99. We just asked. It was $1.99. So if you've got it, it's right here waiting for you. Oh, and speaking of Disney merch, Allie and I grabbed a couple of pins we want to give away to you. So we're going to post a reel over on Instagram, Haunted Mansion reel with the new bride in it. Just go over to my Instagram at Justin Scard. Leave a comment. Tell me whether you like the new changes, whether you hate them. Tell me what you think about the new changes in as much detail as you choose. And make sure you're following along over there on Instagram, because that is mostly where I post things like meetups or tiki marketplaces or stuff we have for sale, all the new merch, all that kind of information. I don't usually include it in the videos, but I put it over on Instagram. So make sure you're following over there. Leave a comment about what you think about the new Haunted Mansion changes. And we'll send you one of those 2 pins. Look at this from the outside. Oh boy, that's somewhere beyond shop. Here's a monstrosity. It completely blocks out Tiana's. I've heard people say like, oh, I think they did it on purpose so it'd be a much more grand reveal. But look at this. It's not that grand of a reveal when you have this huge barn right in your way. There's also a rumor that it's a prefabricated building like from Home Depot, because Home Depot sells a prefabricated shed that's very similar. This isn't prefabricated. All of us were watching them build this out of steel beams. I mean, Disney custom designed and built this thing. But, and I'm not saying this, I have seen comments who say, yeah, but what does that say about the creativity factor there, or the design, that it looks enough like a prefab shed that people think that it is actually a prefab shed from Home Depot. Ooh, again, I'm not saying that. It looks fine, actually. The design isn't the problem. It's just the size of it. Like, it isn't built to scale. Like, the Haunted Mansion over there is what? A 3 or 4 story building, but it's done in forced perspective, so it's actually much shorter than a real life 4 or 5 or 3 or whatever story building that it is if you're counting the cupola up on top. And this is definitely not built to scale. That's just a full scale, normal size building. And yeah, it does stick out quite a bit. I could be a shill and sugarcoat that for you and say, no, it's great, I love it for all these reasons. I don't know why people complain. I get why people complain about that one. It's definitely a little bit jarring. I'm sure we'll get used to it and it'll be fine. Yeah, at the moment, it still sticks out like a sore thumb. All right, I'm freaking stoked. We finally saw the new queue for the Haunted Mansion. We finally saw the new bride in there. She's only been there for what, like a week and a half or something like that. But still, it feels like forever because I kept coming here and not getting a chance to go in and see the new stuff. And in fact, I'm so pumped up now. I was like, yeah, let's try our luck with this. Let's go on Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I still have not ridden the Disneyland version of this ride. And then as I was looking over here, I realized, wait, those logs are all empty. Tiana's is not currently running. Darn it. Well, maybe that's for the best. We already saw what we came to see. Plus, I also haven't been on the Florida version of Tiana, and I kind of want to ride that one first since it's sort of the original, and that way I can ride with Allie right next to me. And we'll be in the Florida Magic Kingdom very, very soon. By the way, Allie's had some crazy health scares. She's on some medication that she doesn't like. She's still not feeling good, although if you ask her, what do you say?
Okay.
I feel okay. I feel fine. She's still struggling with some health issues, but she's mobile. She's on her cute little feet, walking around here, her cute little fit, and her puffy jacket, and her little umbrella. So she's doing okay. She is coming to Florida with me very soon. We're going to do a little Magic Kingdoming together before she comes home and goes back to school. She's doing ceramics in school. How do you feel otherwise? You feel all right?
Yeah, I feel good.
You're feeling alive?
Yeah, besides my puppy.
Yeah, the medication they put her on. She was on it before for a little while, some steroids that made her face very puffy last time, and she was all upset. She didn't want to be seen in public. She's convinced that it's already started again. I'm like, it's fine, you don't look puffy, you'll be okay. And anyways, I love you no matter how puffy you get.
Thanks.
If you can't handle a little puffiness, get out of the kitchen? I don't know where I was going with that. All right, since I said something negative about the Haunted Mansion gift shop, or mentioned some negative criticisms that other people have, I will say a really great thing about Tiana's Bayou Adventure, which of course for nostalgia alone, I wish was still Splash Mountain. I grew up with Splash Mountain as sort of the newest, biggest, baddest ride of them all. Got a lot of fond memories of old Splash Mountain. I'm sure in time I'll get to love Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Like I said, I haven't even ridden it yet, so I have no opinion, but this is something I very much appreciated, that they did not demolish this building over here, sorry, that is now Ray's Beret. I thought they were going to demolish this because there was some dry rot and the old logs here and stuff. I thought, oh, it's a goner. This was the Briar Patch shop when it was Splash Mountain. They had all the little briars and brambles and carrots growing out of that sod roof. But even before that, this was the Indian trading post. This was the gift shop for the Indian village that was over here before Critter Country, before Bayou Country, even before Bear Country. This was the old Indian village in Disneyland. I've done a few videos about that, showed old footage and the whole complete history of it. But yeah, this has survived, and I really appreciate that because this is a piece of Disneyland history that survived being in the Indian village, then Bear Country, then Critter Country, and now Bayou Country. And not only does the building survive, but I think they did a fantastic job on the theming in here, which of course is all Princess and the Frog theming. You got Ray over here. Look at how beautiful these little lanterns are. It feels like you're in the bayou. It feels really nice in here. And I love all the little jars with the lightning bugs in there and all their cute little dioramas and things I didn't even notice. There's always something new to see when you come in here because there's so many of these cute little jars for the lightning bugs to live in. Oh, look, there's a little band in that one. Cute. I also like these wood carvings that they added up here. There were some wood carvings of Brer Bear, Brer Fox, and Brer Rabbit in here before, but they replaced with some generic stuff for a little while. But I like that it's now specifically themed. And look at these windows over here with the bugs flying by every so often. I really like that. Feels like almost like Trader Sam's Enchanted Tiki Bar or something in here now. Like it's been plussed. Definitely really like this. Is very, very well done. So there you go. Balance out the I hope constructive criticism of the other place with some praise for this place because this is very well done. And I was half convinced they were just going to demolish it. So to find that the building's not only still here, but then they plussed it up to be better than it's ever been inside, that is a real treat. Madame Leota's Somewhere Beyond. Man, I cannot talk today. Maybe it's the rain. It's affecting my brain. Madame Leota's Somewhere Beyond shop. It's pretty cool on the inside. Lots of stuff to look at. I haven't seen everything there is to see in there yet. I'm sure there's plenty of other little hidden Easter eggs that I haven't quite noticed. It's just that outside is a whopper. Whew. I wonder why they couldn't recess it down into the ground or something to make it look a little shorter on the skyline. Not sure. But for better or for worse, it's here, and I assume it's here to stay, although it looks like it's sprung a leak down here. Looks like, I mean, the building's brand new, so we don't have a lot of rainy days in Southern California anyways, and it looks like, uh-oh, we sprung a leak. We found a flaw in the design. Call Home Depot, get a refund. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. Honestly, even the things I don't like, I never blame the Imagineers or the designers or the artists. They're doing the best they can. Whenever you see something you don't really like that much at a Disney park, you can chalk that up to the bean counters and the budget, because the Imagineers love Disney as much as even the most psychotic fans do. They don't always get to choose how much they have to work with in terms of construction timelines and budgets, so always keep that in mind. I'm never, ever criticizing the artists and designers, the people who put so much work into it. The interior decoration is fantastic, but a lot of times it's just like, hey, this is going to be the cheapest, fastest thing, build that. And they have to work with what they're given, you know, so there you go. Madame Leota's Somewhere Beyond. Forget about that, though. When it comes to the Haunted Mansion, not that anybody cares about my opinion, because let's face it, opinions are like feet. Everyone's got them, and sometimes they are so wrong. My opinion is the inside stuff, the bride, the even the new Hitchhiking Ghost. I was prepared to be bummed out that the old practical effect was gone. I think it looked really good. I really like that new bride effect. Again, I don't know how it comes out on camera. It's always looked flat to me, the few video clips I've seen, and probably in this video too. But in real life, it looked very three-dimensional. It looked very cool. I kind of wonder how they did it. As for the queue, 50-50. I really like that the line now is segmented, that you're traveling kind of through different gardens and different environments. It sort of breaks up that long wait, especially if it's on a busy day, you know, because there's new stuff in it, or when they're going to do Haunted Mansion Holiday and the line gets really intense at certain times of the year. It's going to be nice to have that standby line kind of broken up a little bit instead of just one long switchback where you're staring at the Haunted Mansion. I do, however, understand why people keep saying it's Haunted Mansion by Home Goods or Big Lots or whatever, because some of the decor looks kind of hastily just stuck onto the wall. Again, I think that's a budget thing probably. They're like, we probably have this much money, let's try and do what we can. I'm sure the Imagineers would love to have created something 10 times more elaborate, and usually the sketches start 10 times more elaborate, and then they get whittled down by the bean counters. I mean, just think of what DCA could have been before it was pared down in that infamous meeting in Aspen. Madame Leota Garden, the purple, that's gonna take me a while to get used to, but I like that it's all self-contained in that little hidden garden behind those walls, basically right in here. And it does not affect the sort of color palette that we're used to, the white, the green, and the red brick on the outside. So you only see that purple while you're in there, and I'm cool with that. I think that's a good compromise sort of thing. So all in all, I like it. I'm just not used to it yet. Nobody cares what I think anyways, but the interior, thumbs up. The exterior, thumbs halfway up, so 1.5 thumbs up. 16 stars, 3 pipes out of 20 or whatever, I don't know. You know, gold star, happy face, smiley face sticker. You did it. All right, it is wet, it is soggy. Allie is hungry, she's getting cold, you getting cold. What'd you think of the line, by the way?
I thought it was cool.
You like all the line stuff? What'd you think about the Madame Leota Garden? It was the purple was weird to me at first.
Yeah, it's a little weird. It's just different, so it feels weird, I guess.
Mostly it's just that it feels new. I think all the parts that I wasn't quite vibing with, it's just because it looks all brand new. I think once it looks a little older and some of the paint is tamed a little.
Yeah, I'm just not used to it.
Yeah, and the Madame Leota thing I was saying, like at least it's self-contained in its own little garden, so you can't see it from out here. So it's not like you're just seeing purple stripes all out in front of the Haunted Mansion. I like it. I think I like it. That's my first impression. Maybe I'll change my mind. Maybe I'll hate it next week. Maybe I'll love it next week. But my first impression is, yeah, I like it. It's all right. Now that we've done all that, been here for a couple of hours standing in the rain. Well, I've been standing in the rain. Allie's been standing under her cute little umbrella, which, by the way, yes, technically we both fit under the umbrella, but to get both of us under there, Allie has to hold it like way up, and then her little arms get tired. So then I feel bad. So I'm like, I'll just get wet. It's okay. It's my fault for not bringing an umbrella when I knew it was raining outside. I'll suffer the consequences. Anyways, now that we have got ourselves nice and soggy in the britches region, I think we've done our duty. I think I'll be back at Disneyland one more time before I skip town, before I get out of Dodge. But either way, Disney World is coming, friends. We have many more adventures ahead. For now, we've done our duty. Check out the links below in the description. You'll have done your duty too, and then you can go home. Wait, why am I saying it? Sean Connery, are you there?
Yes, I'm reading you loud and clear here from Scotland. I was just out doing a little gardening in the weather.
What have we done, Sean?
Well, I suppose you've done your duty. You can go home and sleep well.
You heard the man. See you next time. So soggy. It's nice to have the castle all normal looking. Look at it, all normal, just nice, classic castle. The 70th is coming though. Soon there's gonna be stuff stuck all over it. Hopefully we won't get a giant birthday cake. I've seen the artwork. I don't think we're getting a giant birthday cake. Although, that might be kind of funny in and of itself. 70th anniversary. Can you believe it's in 10 years since the 60th? What in the...
I know.
heckin' Heimbuck. Crazy. All right, guys. Go over to Instagram. Get those pins. Here's what they look like one more time. Go home. Sleep well. See you in Florida. Man, I gotta watch my head. These new trees, the branches are right at my eye level. Yikes! You'll be safe though. You'll be okay down there.
Look at the size of that ruby.